embark.live in the Makers Row. If you guys aren't familiar, Makers Row is a really great platform for you to find vendors and companies like mine. I am a person that helps launch designers. We do product development, patterns, manufacturing. We help with coaching, budget, timeline. All of those things are important for what clothing line. And with embark.live, which is a platform where you can hire experts like me directly to help you with your launch. The link to join Embark Startup Community is pinned in the bottom. And if you're looking to contact me for any reason, you can contact me through the Makers Row or the Embark Live site. Cool. So today we are talking about 3 things that you can do to save money in your development. Everybody wants to save money, right? So together some tips that will help you. Now when I say save money, I'm thinking picture, right? Not save money today. Like taking a shortcut today won't always help you in the long run, in the bigger picture of things. Like, for example, my number 1 tip is to take all the needed steps you need to in order to come to your production, right? So that means investing in a good pattern maker, taking the time to just check run, doing a wash fabrics in your samples. Now I know that this doesn't save you money in the beginning, but it saves you money in the bigger picture, in your production, right? So let me explain those things a little bit. First, if you are not testing your fabric or testing your sample, right? So let's say that your fabric shrinks when it is ironed or when it's in the washer and the dryer. You want to know that before your production. If you do 100 units, if you do 5 units, and then all of a sudden it shrinks when they iron, it shrinks when your customer washes and dries it, and it shrinks too much that it affects the garment, that's no good. All of that production will then, you want to avoid the return, and that's how you're going to save money, is by avoiding returns from your customer, and simply do a wash test, right? So that means take fabric when you get it and do a 12 permanent marker, wash it, dry it at 12 by 12 square. Now a little shrinkage, especially in cottons and any fabrics, natural fabrics, even polyester might shrink. That's fine, but you want to evaluate. You don't want that shrink to be any more than 4%. So wash fabrics before action. Also, you want to wash and dry your samples if that's how you're going to be washing and drying. I think it's a very choppy video. I'm not sure that would be. I think it would maybe be the platform. If you want to go ahead and see if you can log in on the Instagram. So if you go to Instagram and you go to Makers Row and you go to their live event, I got a choppy video comment on the live stream, which is Facebook. So maybe try and log in on the Instagram. Anyway, so yes, wash testing your fabrics. If your sample or fabric is going to be dry cleaned, you want to dry clean them to see what happens to them when dry clean. You want to do everything to your fabrics before it gets into your consumer's hands that your consumer will later be doing, washing it and drying it. It's one of those things. So to save money and not get returns, you want to do the test. Also hire a pattern maker that's experienced. Pattern Instagram feed. Thank you for that. Yeah, so if I'm having problems on the Facebook, if you want to go to the Instagram, make sure we're live now. Maybe that will help. Yeah, Instagram's always better. Facebook is chat. Okay, so where was I? So pattern makers, you'll want to hire an experienced pattern maker, and I know again counterintuitive because that experienced pattern maker is going to cost more than intern or student or the first 1 or 2 years. But what that's going to do is going to ensure that your production fits. I always say if it doesn't fit, it doesn't sell, period. That's it. It can be a beautiful piece. You can spend tons of time on it, that people won't buy it. So you'll need to spend money on an experienced pattern maker. Plus, if you try and cut corners when it comes to pattern making, you later could have all of those patterns redone. So even though it was less expensive, you were saving money with maybe someone less experienced or have a lower rate. It doesn't necessarily save money in bigger picture. And remember, I would up for success in the long run for today. The size check run too. So then you'll make one sample, fit sample, you'll digitize, you'll grade that sample, and then from there, you want to just check sizes. So before you go into production, you'll want to see one large. You want to make sure that all of those are correct, because again, like if you go into production and something's off large, something happened in your group, you're sitting on all of your that won't sell because something happened in the pattern making. So doing a step run. So my first tip for saving money is, as counterintuitive as it seems, taking all the necessary steps to having a production correct. Because the worst that can happen to a new designer when funds are tight is that you're on a production sell. That's how you will make your money, how you're going to make your return. All of it is set up production. So I know it might seem like you're saving money by working with the pattern maker that's less experienced, saving money by skipping that size check run, but you want to think picture. So make sure you're taking all of those steps. And the wash test and washing the sample, and also that's time. So you want to give yourself the time and take the necessary steps in order to have a production that works, because otherwise, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough recovery. So that's my first tip. My second tip is hire help. Hire help, and that can be working with someone that can help you. You want to know your budget. You want to know your timeline. You want to know the action that you need to take so that you will be successful. And that comes, again, it comes to spending money, but in the future, it will save you money. Because if you have a full budget planned out, then you can see yourself all the way through that and be successful. Hiring someone that can help you with that is very, very important to the big picture of your success. So again, this is counterintuitive that you're going to have to spend money. It takes money to make money. So spending it wisely is better than skipping the step altogether, because if you haven't planned a budget with someone that can help you prepare realistic, and you've lost everything and you get your production and everything's great, but let's say you forgot to budget out for your photo shoot, or you forgot to budget out for whatever, you'll want to be sure that you're setting yourself up for success. And I sit down with clients all the time and coach them through their budget and their timeline, and it's money well spent. You do it with me, anybody else, or someone with experience that's 3 or 5 years in, they can view, but you want to be sure that you have this budget and your timeline set up accordingly. So by hiring help, that will. And my final step is network as much as humanly possible, you guys. And I'm a networker, right? I always say, I'm not, so we'll go to a networking event and go up and talk and be like, who are you? What can you do? What can I do for you? And okay, bye. Not to the next. But what I do is I have relationships and conversations with people that are in the arts, people that are in fashion, that are, seeing who they are, what they're about, and then organically things come organically. I've built a network of people that I am for help with my budget and help with, when clients need a lawyer or this or that. But I've seen so many designers save a lot of money. Let's say you find someone that wants to collaborate on Instagram, and that's through networking. Say you found someone and help you with your website development, want it for their portfolio. Same thing for photo shoots, models, and hair and makeup. Like, there's so many people out there that are able to build a portfolio or do a cross collab on Instagram where you promote to your audience. The more people that you can relationship, the better. Even if it's not something immediate, that's what I don't like about networking, of like, who are you? What can you do for me? Do for you? Oh, that's not good enough. Goodbye. While something immediate, building this relationship, it might be something down the lines, or they might know someone that they can connect you with, or, just building these genuine connections with people and staying prevalent in your line of work, of fashion. And you never know what of a relationship or speaking to someone can save a lot of money when it comes to trying to build a team that will help you get you where you need to. So those are my 3 tips. I'll review them again. Number 1 was take all the necessary steps to have a perfect production, because the way that you have a production, you are selling because something went wrong. Number 2 is help and spend money efficiently. So asking someone about your budget and your timeline that knows, so that they can help you set up to spend your money as efficiently as possible, so they're not wasting any money on anything. Number 3 is network, building your community, talking to other people, seeing help each other, how you can help someone launch, and maybe they'll help you launch, or if makeup, or anything at all. Networking can really help save on your. So, does anyone have any questions? I'll leave it open for questions. Let's see if we have so far. I don't think we had any questions. Oh, I love the mood board in the back. Thank you. And that's Gordon Bricks. That's all of their fabrics that they do on board every season. They've got I should switch it up, because people are always talking about the mood board in the background. Other ones. No questions? No questions on how to save money. You guys are good? Saving all the money that you need to? Again, I'm annalivermore from Vmora. We help launch fashion designers, help you with what's needed, that you need to take to how to budget for your line, for pattern samples, your favorite ad campaign. I don't know that I have a favorite, and it's different for every designer, because depending on what you're launching and who your customer is, it's different. Real, just staying genuine. I like any campaign genuine. You can tell that someone's trying to promote, and they're not really believing it, or they're not really behind it. So my favorite campaign is something that's very personal and genuine and authentic. I think authenticity is like the best way to promote yourself in any way. All right. No more questions? All right, so you guys can view this on the Instagram TV, and you view this on the Facebook, so there'll be plenty of plays if you take this from the beginning, and you can contact me through the Makers Wrap website, range for help with budget timelines. So we can do an hourly, depending on how much help we show you the template. I can walk you through it. That'll only take an hour, and it's $2.50 an hour. And then you're off on your own to fill it out. But if you want an hour, and that's the same for your timeline. So you can just do like a quick hourly little package there. And again, you can hop through embark.live, and that is in the pinned comments. Yeah, that's it. All right, well, we will see you guys next week, same time, 3 o'clock. As always, thanks for one more question. Do you have any specific loans you would want to recommend? Loans can be a challenge as a startup designer just because you don't have any basis of sales. So it depends on your personal credit. They might take personal credit, but in the beginning, the loans that my designers have come across would be from family and friends, like finding an angel investor, somebody that wants to be a part of what you're doing. Later, you can go and get, once you've proven sales, you can get a bank loan, things like that. I don't have like a specific best loan for new designers. The SBA has a lot going on for loans right now. In the moment, I believe you've got to be in business and showing sales in order to do that. What is find designers? Again, through Instagram, through Facebook, through any Apple, you just spend some time looking and it used to be live events, but right now there's not a lot. So things going digital online. I think I saw a question. How do you recommend moving to New York from San Diego for fashion? How do I recommend? I would say there's a lot more than there would be in San Diego. So sorry about that. So go ahead. I love New York. I moved here from Bowen. I love it. And the girl for me, one just moved from Chicago and one's moved to China, one's moved from Brazil. So we're all transplants here in New York, all of it. So I would say do it, but I think it's a good idea. You guys, well, I'll see you next Monday at 3 o'clock. And if you want to reach out to me, make a show, embark, and thanks so much. I hope you got something out of today's webinar. Okay. All right.